I guess we are ready to start our presentation with Poliana, our voice teacher, and Júlio, who is a bass teacher, and he teaches also online methodological procedures of music teaching, which is, we were quite happy to have him at this exact moment of the pandemic. So Júlio and Poliana, so you can start now. Stage is all yours.
Obrigada, Fábio. Hi, everyone. So first, we want to thank you, Fábio, for the invite and say that we are very excited and happy, honored to be part of this. And today we will talk about the singing, the Brazilian singing process. I think to try to do some process, some vocal process with you, but maybe it's more easy if I talk about a little bit, then we show with the voice and the bass. Because the situation, obviously, we show just two of us, and probably you will notice that we will have all the timbres that Brazilian music have, but we will try to do so just the voice and the bass. So the first thing that everybody think about of Brazilian music is samba. But today we will talk about another genres, not only the samba, because I guarantee you that samba is only the tip of iceberg. We have many, many other styles and genres in Brazilian music. And first, I would like to talk about a little bit of a process that we believe that our music is made by the confluence of another cultures. And unfortunately, we lost many of the registers of the, for example, the first people here are indigenous people. So our music is based on a wellness to existence. The singing in Brazilian, meaning singing for some identity that will try to build in another cultures. I will read, I'm sorry about my English, so I will read or I will be lost. Then Fernando Ortiz in 1940 is an ethnomusicologist of Afro-Cuban music. And for him, and we agree, there's a complex transcultural process has three stages. First, we have deculturation, loss of culture. Then we have acculturation, a learning from another culture. And then a neoculturation, which means a construction, a new way of do that culture about another culture. And these three phases are the process of transculturality of music. So since Brazil was colonized by Portuguese, we has this another influences. And only here in Northeast, we had an invasion and consequent influence of the Portuguese, in addition to the Dutch and to the French. And we pick up many of these influences, mix it, everything, and start to produce our music. For the singers, was very hard because the music bring by the Eurocentric culture was singing of the opera, was a voice is in another place. That not so quiet, okay with the meaning of pronounce Portuguese. But In the indigenous people and the African people, the singing process is very near to the language, the spoken language. In addition to the influence of this colonization, we also received the influence of enslaved people. The Africans who also had their culture and singing silenced, including by force of the law. The Africans and the popular people on the first half of 20th century was not able to sing their music. That's forbidden for the police and the court. So our singing is primarily emotional. Our first example of this will explore the universe of the Northeastern music and resemble another two genres that we call lamento e aboio. Is a little bit near to the way of singing of the indigenous people and also a way of singing of the African people. So this music's called Divino, which means divine, and it's part of the repertoire of the urban popular music. It brings elements to the medieval Northeastern music and the regret and the vocal style of the carpideiras. Carpideiras is a mourning woman that will call it to sing to a funeral of a baby or a young people in order to pass that soul to the heaven. So it's a singing about emotion and about brought the voice to out a little bit like a belting technique for the singing, but very, very stayed on the foot, like we singing with the foot on the feet on the ground. Is a root singing for us. So we will do a little bit of Divino. Quase nunca vou à festa, não vejo televisão, não gosto de usar vermelho, não me banho com loção, não sei falar esperanto, conversar fiada eu não, quando durmo sono sonho, quando acordo como pão. São Judas, São Beneditto, São Cosme, Cristinho meu. A paixão é roupa velha que o gato da dor roeu. São Judas, São Beneditto, São Cosme, Cristinho meu. A paixão é roupa velha que o rato da dor roeu, que o rato da dor roeu. So this was Divino, written by Rita, Beneditto, and Zeca Baleiro. So the lyrics in Brazilian popular songs often speaks of social realities, feelings, daily life, way of life, experience, and culture. As in other cultures, popular music dialogues directly with traces of the spoken language of these people. Brazilian Portuguese, for example, has very prominent nasal sounds. This nasalization occurs when the sound is emitted with air directly from the lungs to the nasal cavities. So in the case of the Brazilian Portuguese, for example, this nasalization, we do the nasalization on vowels. And in some languages, is more common not to do so. For example, in Spanish, we have the word mañana, and the pronunciation is mañana. Just Brazilian will sound mañana. I don't know if you notice the difference, mañana, mañana, because we nasalize everything. So singing in Brazilian is switch all the time. We switch this emission. We have a mechanism, physiologically speaking, we have this mechanism. If you want to try, it's just to, it's like you put the back of your tongue covering the roof of your mouth, and you do even with your mouth open. The sound is to the nose, not to the mouth. So I will do the two ways. And you will note that including we lost a little bit of the focus of the sound. Many of another languages has this principal difficulty to pronunciation and singing on this changing of of the sound. Sorry. So now let's go back to Northeastern music a little bit more. We are going to introduce you to two genres that for some researchers, they believe these two genres of Brazilian music come from the one influence. I believe that Priscilla talked about choro, Xote, and she also talked about another rhythms that are dances by the Portuguese, like polka and a Xote. So some researchers believe that Xote are like a kind of polka, German polka, that come here to Brazil in the beginning of 20th century with the royal family. And the Xote has a peculiar way, a little bit different from the polka that everybody here. And the Brazilians like very much this polka. So they believe that the Xote came to a Northeastern, and by these influences and the indigenous influences became that we call Xote. So this names is very similar, Xote and Xote. They believe that Xote is like a son of a Xote. And the choro is like a cousin of the Xote. And both came from the Xotes, the German Xotes. And we do now Xote, o Xote das meninas, that means the girls' Xote. The lyrics talk about the female puberty and that moment of trading their dolls to the dates, the love life. The interesting thing about Xote for us Northeasterns is that, like the dance, we have a characteristic step that mark the percussion. I will show you with my feet. Many genres of Brazilian music has a rhythm base, a basis rhythm. In the Xotes, I don't know if... Acho que tem que afastar pouco mais. Aqui. Everybody's seeing my feet? It's okay? So in Xote, we have a dance that marks a rhythm of Xote. It's like ta ta, ta ta, tum, ta ta, tum, ta ta, tum. We dance like this with a partner. It's a dance for two. And this rhythm mark the music. It's very common, the singers, the Brazilian singers, sing and dance at the same time. So we will do a little bit of Xote das Meninas. And the traditional formation for the Northeastern trio is a zabumba, a triangle, and accordion. But today we will do voice, bass, and I will risk to do a little bit of triangle. This instrument is a triangle of metal, and we have a little metal to do. It's like this. Then you put together the feet. Tum tsh, ta ta, tum tsh, ta ta, tum tsh, ta ta. So we'll do Xote das Meninas. Mandacaru quando fulora na seca é um sinal que a chuva chega no sertão. Toda menina que enjoa da boneca é sinal que o amor já chegou no coração. Meia comprida não quer mais sapato baixo, vestido bem sentado não quer mais vestir de bom. Ela só quer, só pensa em namorar. Ela só quer, só pensa em namorar. De manhã cedo já tá pintada, só vive suspirando, sonhando acordada. O pai levou o doutor, a filha doentada. Não come nem estuda, não dorme nem quer nada. Ela só quer, só pensa em namorar. Ela só quer, só pensa em namorar. Ela só quer, só namorar. Ela só quer, só pensa em namorar. And this was, thank you, this was a Xote. And then a cousin of a Xote is a choro. On the other hand, the choro is more commonly performed by instrumentists, but some have lyrics that are usually challenging for the singer, because it's very common, the choro is fast, light, and virtuose. Sometimes it's very common to the instrumentists playing together and make some duel to do, you are faster, no, I'm faster, yes, I'm faster. And to the singers, we have this too, but we've chosen a choro a little bit lighter. So you will taste a little bit of choro is little bit more lighted to the normal. This song's called Chorinho from Chico Buarque de Holanda, and means a little choro, a little choro. Ai, o meu amor, a sua dor, a nossa vida já não cabem na batida do meu pobre cavaquinho. Ai, quem me dera pelo menos um momento juntar todo o sofrimento pra botar nesse chorinho. Quem me dera ter um choro de alto porte pra cantar com a voz bem forte, anunciar a luz do dia. Mas quem sou eu pra cantar alto assim na praça? Se o dia passa, a praça fica mais vazia. Vem, morena, não me despreza mais não. Meu choro é coisa pequena, mas roubada duras penas do coração. Meu chorinho não é uma solução. Enquanto eu cantar sozinho, quem cruzar no meu caminho não para não, mas não faz mal. E quem quiser que me compreenda, pois até que a luz acenda, esse meu canto continua. Junto o meu canto a cada pranto, a cada choro, até que alguém me faça coro pra cantar na rua. Junto o meu canto a cada pranto, a cada choro, até que alguém me faça coro pra cantar na rua. So, the forró, thank you. The forró is a dance and a musical genre of Northeastern culture. Maybe it's the most famous forró. But like samba, forró has subgenres, and like, for example, the Xote is a subgenre of forró. And now we will show you baião. The baião is characterized, among other things, but by marking the bass drum as a heartbeat. I like to think about the baião. It's like a heart, a Northeastern heart of music. It's like, can you do? Desculpa, você pode. Tutum, 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 tutum. Eu vou mostrar pra vocês como se dança o baião. E se quiser aprender, é favor prestar atenção. And so this tum 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 is a bass. Is in all baião has this bass. Tum tum tum, like the heart. But now we will show you another. This is baião. I believe that Priscilla is show. Luiz Gonzaga, our king of baião. And now we will show another baião. It's from Sivuca, another king for us. Is the Feira do Mangaio, which means Mangaio's free fair. Is a fair outdoors that is very common in Brazil, in our culture. So, Feira de Mangaio. Fumo de rolo veio de cangaia, eu tenho pra vender quem quer comprar. Bolo de milho, broa e cocada, eu tenho pra vender quem quer comprar. Pé de moleque e alecrim canela, moleque sai daqui me deixa trabalhar. Isa saiu correndo pra feira de pássaros e foi passo voando pra todo lugar. Tinha uma vendinha no canto da rua, onde o mangaeiro ia se animar, tomar uma bicada com ambu assado e olhar pra Maria do Joá. Mas aqui tinha um sanfoneiro no canto da rua, fazendo floreio pra gente dançar. Tem o Zeca da porcina fazendo renda e o ronco do fole sem parar. Feira do Mangaio, thank you, is a very, very common music play here in many, many ways. Now, we will talk about the African influence of in Brazilian music. Brazilian music is singing, is emotionally connected with the legacies of the enslaved people brought from Africa. One of the most notorious elements of these influences is the rhythm and the timbre of the percussive instruments. This song, composed by Emil Pacheco in 1981, talks about this influence and brings in the lyrics and to the lyrics from the heart, from the voice, the Ijexá. Ijexá is a rhythm from Nigeria, brought by the enslaved Yoruba, and talks about candomblé gods. So now we will do Ijexá. Oh, and the Ijexá had this bass, the rhythm bass that is with agogo, this instrument. It's a little bit like this. Filho gigante, Badawe, Ileaue, Malet, Baleotum, Oba. Tem um mistério que bate no coração, força de uma canção que tem o dom de encantar. Tem um mistério que bate no coração, força de uma canção que tem o dom de encantar. Seu brilho parece o sol derramado, um céu prateado, um mar de estrelas. Revela a riqueza de um povo sofrido, de rara beleza que vive cantando profunda grandeza. A sua riqueza vem lá do passado, de lá do Congado. Eu tenho certeza, filha gigante e povo grande. Ojulate, Catende, Babaobá. Neto gigante, povo de Zambi, traz pra você um novo som Ijexá. Filha gigante e povo grande, Ojulate, Catende, Babaobá. Neto de Gandhi, povo de Zambi, traz pra você um novo som Ijexá. So I do this little dance because it's also a step in the Ijexá dances. It's like offering to the gods. So now we finally will do a little samba. Brazilian singing has a lot of emotion. One of meaning and belonging, and one of heart, often represented by joy and agility. Let's do a samba now. The composer João Bosco in 1979. This music talks about typical foods, gestures, and everyday situations with a little bit of social and political criticisms. And by the way, this social story is a frequent theme in Brazilian urban popular music. We talk about all the time of our convivence and our culture. So now we will do Linha de Passe. It's like pass line from the football. It's the language from the football. I don't know if I should translate the titles, but just to give an idea of the lyrics. So, Linha de Passe, pass line. Toca de tatu, linguiça, paio e boi zebu, rabada com angu, rabo de saia, naco de peru, lombo de porco com tutu e bolo de fubá, barriga d'água. Há um diz que tem, e no balaio tem também um som bordão, bordando som, dedão, violação. Diz um diz que viu, e no balaio tem também um pega lá no toma lá da cá do samba. Um caldo de feijão, um vatapá e coração, boca de siri, um namorado e um mexilhão, água de benzer, linha de passe, chimarrão, babaluai, rabo de arraia e confusão. E toca de tatu, linguiça, paio e boi zebu, rabada com angu, rabo de saia, naco de peru, lombo de porco com tutu e bolo de fubá, barriga d'água. Há um diz que tem, e no balaio tem também um som bordão, bordando som, dedão, violação. Diz um diz que viu, e no balaio tem também um pega lá no toma lá da cá do samba. Do samba, do samba, do samba, do samba. We can do this all the day long. we love to play and to sing samba. Finally, never less important, we want to show a frevo. In fact, the frevo is to remember that we have more than samba, and including frevo is a common rhythm in Carnival of Pernambuco, in most of the cities of Northeastern cities. This the frevo is also a dance and requires great skills and agility from the dancers, who performs jumps and pirouettes, usually in pairs, and using a parasol and specific costumes. The song frevo also plays the voice and space of movement and vocal agility. But today we chose to bring a frevo canção that is a frevo a little bit lighter. So this is like a anthem of Brazilian Carnival. If you be here sometimes, once time of life, if you put your feet on this country on Carnival, I assure that you will hear this song, because this is the most played song on Carnival. It's called Vassourinhas. Little broom, if I can translate this. It's Vassourinha, it's like a little broom. I just discovered what is broom today, because I have no idea how I'm supposed to talk about vassoura. So, vassourinhas. So this is a tamborim. I will try to mark the rhythm. Pelo palhaço que pula, pelo pulo, pelo salto, pelo farol, pelo porto, pelo balanço do barco, pelo sagrado segredo de quem dança pelo passo, pelo palhaço que pula, pelo pulo, pelo salto, terra louca dos desejos, eu te vejo em minha nau, trago os meus sonhos mais molhados pra dançar o carnaval. Pelo palhaço que pula, pelo pulo, pelo salto, pelo farol, pelo porto, pelo balanço do barco, pelo sagrado segredo de quem dança pelo passo. Pelo palhaço que pula, pelo pulo, pelo salto. So it's just a little bit. Thank you. Because it's very common. We have a band, many loud, and the percussion is loud. Sorry, the percussions, because I'm not a percussion. But we're just trying to do a little bit more than voice and bass. So this is it. I don't know if the questions of to some particularity, Fábio, help.
Poliana and Júlio, thank you so much. This was really wonderful.